Reflections, you are over here with Tarithia. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we are here talking about the art of war. Now we've talked about the 48 laws of power in some of our older videos, but I actually want to talk about the art of war because they kind of go together. Okay, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, because you never know what I'm talking about. Okay, now let's go ahead, let's get into it. Let's talk about the key factors of the art of war. Okay, always put yourself in unexpected places. Never be too predictable. Reflection. If people can predict your every move, that's dangerous. Okay, never be too predictable. Be where they never think you would be. They say, oh no, I wouldn't expect them to be over there. That's exactly where you are. Reflection. Never become too predictable, because it's always someone watching. Even when you think it's no one watching, it's always someone watching. Okay, so place yourself in unexpected places. All right, never become too predictable. All right, we actually talked about that in the 48 laws of power as well. All right, let's keep going. Become invisible to your enemy, and your enemy will drop their guard. Okay, become invisible to your enemy and they will drop their guard. All right, keep in mind, reflection, people become very comfortable when they think all of the heat has died down. People become very comfortable when they feel like there's no threat around them. What do I always tell you, reflection? I'm here to get you uncomfortable. I'm here, reflection. Never get too comfortable in any place, okay? Around any place, any person, or anything, because things can change within a second. Nothing stays the same on this planet, okay? So always be ready and prepared for change, because change is inevitable. Okay, so always become invisible to your enemy and they will actually drop their guard. Okay, you don't want to become too visible in the game of war, reflection, because the more visible you become, the more pressure can put on your opponent. Okay, and sometimes people can do the most unexpected things when they are put under pressure. All right, which sometimes can play out in a good way and sometimes it can play out negatively. Okay, we're talking about strategic, the art of war. Okay, we're talking about being strategic. All right, reflection. So let's keep it going. All right, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. That is one of the most powerful sayings on this planet. Knowledge is power, reflection. Okay, they can take a lot of things from you, but they can never take knowledge from you. Okay, knowledge is power. Okay, so gain the most knowledge as possible. Think about it, reflection. The person, that's why I tell you, you never want to be biased in the art of war. You never want to have your head so stuck on one objective or one idea in the art of war, because you can lose information. You will automatically reject certain information because it don't go with your way of thinking. Oh no, in the art of war, you need to know every piece of information coming from every person, place, or thing, whether you agree with it or not. Knowledge is power. Okay, and power is within knowledge. All right, so the person who knows more is always the most powerful person in the room. You have to remember their reflection. And the quietest person in the room is usually the most powerful person. It's because they're listening, they're gaining knowledge. All right, so always remember that. All right, so let's go on to the next one. It says finding their vulnerable spots will cause them to eventually reveal themselves. Think about a reflection. In the art of war, people will show their weaknesses. All you gotta do is listen. All you have to do is listen and pay attention. All right, now master magicians, they know this well, to cover their true identity, cover their true moves. They know to create illusions and make things look one way, but the whole time their objective is something else. Okay, so you have to know, never show your vulnerable spots. Don't wear your feelings on your shoulders, reflection, because you never know who's out there looking for that weak spot, that vulnerable spot. Okay, because remember, knowledge is power. It doesn't matter if it's positive knowledge or if it's negative knowledge. Knowledge is still power, and people can use that as to their advantage. Okay, someone once told me, I can't use anything against you if you don't give me anything to use. Always remember that, reflection. I listened at that and I shot to the moon with it. I said, for real? Okay, check. All right, don't play with me, reflection. You gotta know, reflection. You gotta know how to move in this matrix. You gotta know the rules of the game. Okay, so let's keep going. All right, don't repeat tactics. Let's say you won a war this way. All right, let's say you won a particular war this way. You won a battle this way. You defeated something doing this. You never want to become too repetitive. Keep in mind, it goes back to the first rule. Don't become too expected. Don't become where people can predict you. All right, don't become to where they be like, oh, I already know if I do this, then they're going to do that. That all goes back to don't show your vulnerable spots, because people will already know how you're going to react. Oh, that's their trigger spot. So if I say this to them, they're going to show their true colors. Why do magic on you if you can just reveal, if I can just trigger you, say one thing and you reveal your true colors? It's called self-destruction magic reflection, okay? Some people don't even have to light a candle on you. If they know your triggers, if they know your vulnerable spots, they don't have to light a candle on you. They can use those to their advantage. Never wear your feelings on your shoulder, okay? And some magicians reflection, they're really good at making you think that they feel one way and they could feel deeply something different, okay? You got to know how to mask your agendas. You got to know how to mask your true feelings, okay? You got to think, in the art of war, really there are no feelings. In the art of war, you have to put your feelings to the side, because your feelings will cause you to make rash decisions sometimes, okay? Let's keep it going. All right, I know it sounds, but we're talking about the art of war right here, okay? Now, okay, be mutable. Know when to be mutable. Know when to adjust to a person, place, a thing, because we just talked about change is inevitable, right? Change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. You cannot change the fates. You can alter destiny, but you can't change the fate. The fate is what it is, okay? Reflection, but you have to know when to be mutable, okay? Some of the most successful people in the art of war, they know when to be mutable. Some people can't be mutable. That means you're only good for a certain task. A person that is the most valuable is a person that can adapt to any person, any place, anything. You put them over here, they can talk a little slang with you. You put them over there in a political office, they can talk to that person too. They can go through any door, reflection, and be okay with going through that door. All right, so learn to be mutable. Don't be in a box. Don't let someone put you in a box. Don't just, okay, this is all I think about is this right here, okay? So that means that you can only go through that certain door right there. You have to know more knowledge about certain people, places, and things, okay? Reflection, especially in the art of war, you can't stay stuck in a box. You got to know when to be mutable, all right? You got to know when to hold and when to fold, all right? Now, that also goes to we're going to talk more about that in part 2 of the art of war, knowing how to lose the battle to win the war. All right, there it goes, taking your feelings out of the situation. Because if you have a real big ego, I got a big ego. If you got a big ego, reflection, then you have to know that it's gonna be hard for you to win in the art of war, because keep in mind, a person knows they know you have a big ego, right? So if I know you have a big ego, I know how to pull on your ego. All I gotta do is pull on your ego, because you defeat is going to hit you. You don't know the art of losing the battle to win the war. I may lost the battle, but I'm gonna win the whole war, so it really doesn't matter. You gotta know when to take a loss to be a boss, reflection. You gotta know when to take a loss to be a boss, okay? So hit the like and subscribe button, hit the follow button. You up here with Taretha, all right? Now let's talk about the last one. It says, never place your strongest men in the front. Think about it, even in wars, reflection, they never place their strongest men in the front, because those are going to be the ones that get knocked off first. Those are the ones that's going to get knocked off first, and you can kind of tell how your enemy is coming, reflection, by the people that you place out in the front. You never want to place your most valuable people in the front. They always in the background somewhere. Think about people that are in war, reflection. They never pull out their most powerful weapon at first. No, you wait later. You wait and keep all that information. Let's say you got some information, reflection, that you know would just knock them out the water. You don't pull out that information in the beginning, reflection. You don't do that. You breadcrumbing. You breadcrumbing, reflection. We talking about the art of war, baby. You breadcrumbing, and you throw that just when they least expect it, okay? Never place your strongest men. Never place your strongest information in the front. You wait and do that in the back end, reflection. You got to know how to lose the battle to win the war. We're talking about the art of war over here with Taretha. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you join me back for part 2, because we're just getting started. Until next time, Ashe.